What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. We'll let everyone kind of get into the group and start asking us your questions. I don't know how long I'm going to be today. I'm actually got sick this weekend, but we had a lot of people on here last week, so I wanted to get back on and see if anyone has any questions on parts that we can answer. I'd love to help out. Thank you. We're approaching 6,000 subscribers now. Appreciate it. And we'll see how many people join today and get some good questions going. So, got a lot of Black Friday stuff, deals coming up this week. A lot of them are starting on our site, so you'll see the prices go on sale for everything that goes to Black Friday. We don't have any codes during Black Friday. It's just straight order on the site with the price that it is, free shipping. Most are 10% off. I think iBox doing 15% off. I'll start on the 15th, some are on the 20th, some are on the 27th. It just depends, 25th. Yeah, so you'll see them go live on the site. We'll post up on Instagram and Facebook and make sure you guys order up. So hopefully it's going to be a crazy November. Today has been amazing. Been a very busy Monday. Lots of parts shipping out. And yeah. So wanted to go over, we have new parts that we have. Hey, welcome. We've got new parts coming out for the 11th gen. We're doing pre-order Black Friday sales right now on our inlet intake kit. I've got a lot of questions from people asking, why is it so expensive? If you take our competition, which would be PRL or 271, you're basically our kit is a full kit. It's an inlet and an intake in one. With the other manufacturers, you're getting an inlet separate and an intake separate. So even though it appears expensive, it's still a lot less than buying both from the other companies. And I'm not knocking PRL for anything. I love their titanium one. I just wanted to bring out something a little different. So that's why we ended up making it. So, but yeah, so it's on sale for Black Friday for $749.99. It'll go back up after Black Friday to the $799.99, and then after this first batch, it'll go up to like $849 shipped. We're doing free shipping, no tax. All of it's included in the price of the product. With the other manufacturers too, they're charging you tax and shipping. So, you're spending almost $1,000 on an intake and an inlet. So it's a good way to have a really cool thing. You're supporting small business. It's all made 100% in the US. I get nothing made out of the country. It's all fabricated here in Arizona by hand. It's aluminum piping, so it is less heat soak. Some of the other stuff, like from other companies like 271, it's cast material, which heat soaks like crazy. So I think it's a really cool solution. We've got our downpipes also available on our site. I know you guys keep asking, tracking's going out tomorrow. I'm going to email each person individually and going to pick those up from the welder in a few days. So, but yeah, everything's going good. It's going to be crazy the rest of this month. Can't wait for see what stuff kind of comes out. And yeah, any questions you guys have, shoot them in the comments. I can answer any parts questions. I am a little run down right now with cold. It's going around, but I figured I'd jump on and see who joined. Join this new Coke product they have out. I don't know, it's pretty good. Awesome. Well, we're here to help if you want to build it. So tons of knowledge. I know we chatted last week about it. So those 1.5 inlets, they do work on the 1.5 Accord. I haven't test fit one, but everything should line up perfectly fine on those. With the Civic EX, just go the Remark. They actually came out with one for the 2.0. I don't know if you have a 2.0 or a 1.5, but there's two options. But definitely the Remark. I mean, it's best sound. It's not a heavy exhaust, so you're not adding a ton of weight. Some of those exhausts get up to 70 pounds. Remark's right around 51 pounds. And it's the most cost effective. So yeah, 1.5. You could just fit the SI. You have to check with the bumper. What a lot of people do is they change the trim on the lower valance on the rear bumper. So you have the exact same as an SI rear bumper. FunctionWorks, they're usually always out of stock. But yeah, those work too. I like a lot of their products. The thing about FunctionWorks is they bring out a lot of parts for cars that a lot of people won't touch. And they do sound good, yes. 2.0 recommendation, is it a Civic or an Accord? I'm assuming it's a 11th gen Civic. Yeah, do the PRL intake, hands down. That's the best one for the car. I don't know about PRL Black Friday deals yet. I'm assuming it's going to be 10%, but I have not seen anything from PRL yet. So yeah, FunctionWorks, they're usually, so I don't know where they manufacture them, to be honest. They could be made overseas is what I'm thinking. So that's why the wait times from anything overseas once they sell out can be months. So but I mean, parts in general nowadays just take months once they go out of stock because just materials and lead times are pretty crazy. But yeah, for the 2.0 Civic, definitely do the PRL intake. Oh, nice. Other questions. People kept asking what was up with our dyno video that we had a couple weeks ago. We had the evap system. One of the guys that fabricated the inlet left off a crucial part on it that I didn't even notice. And when we were trying to tune, it just was throwing the tune all over the place. So we had to stop the dyno. That's why that basically ended. Yeah, I'm working on it. So my wife is actually doing the website. And I'm going to have her add more wheels. We're pretty much going to launch the website in January 1st or December 31st. It's so much more user-friendly. I think you guys will really like the look of it. It's through Shopify, so it's got a lot better features than the crappy service of the website we have right now. But we are going to be adding a lot more wheels. Basically, she's going to be working on our website development and adding more and more parts to the website. So hopefully we're going to have a lot. But I mean, if you have one that you're looking for right now and you don't see it, just shoot me a message and I'll tell you if I can get it or not. And we can do a PayPal invoice or I could add it to the website real quick, this current one, and let you purchase it. So. I mean, honestly, most of these exhausts are all going to sound the same. They're either going to sound kind of raspy or they're going to be pretty mellow. I mean, the 1.5 turbos don't get that loud to begin with. So that's why I like the Remark. But yeah, so hopefully we'll be back at the dyno in a couple weeks. I want to deal with all the Black Friday stuff first and not deal with having to tune the car. So the Remark shouldn't be that expensive on our site. I sell most of them for It depends on what car it is. For the SI and the Sport Touring, they're like 850. Just go on our website and look at the price. I don't think it's 1500. I mean, not even the Type R ones are 1500. It's amazing how many times I see people buying stuff from other companies. I'm not going to throw any companies under the bus, but the amount of price you pay for some of these parts, plus the shipping charges that these companies charge and the taxes, I'm like, man, you could save a lot of money with us. Yeah, I think we have the remark on our site for like 1300 or 1400. I mean, I could check real quick if you want, but I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. I mean, honestly, I'll tell you right now, when it comes to the Accord, for the price that the exhaust systems are, you're gaining almost 0 horsepower. They're basically just sound and looks. So, I mean, you might gain a couple horsepower, but it's all in the downpipe and the front pipe, and factory exhaust actually isn't too bad. Yeah, we had the remark on our Civic, and I loved it, but now we just run a straight race downpipe because the car's not driven on the street. So, all right, guys, make sure to ask your questions in the comments if you joined. Let's get some chat going. I don't know if you guys saw the new Acuity stuff on their Type R race car that they sponsor, but they showed pictures of their shifter on there. It looks pretty sweet. And I know there's no Type R people in here right now, but they have an actual Type R intake coming out for the car, which looks pretty amazing, but I couldn't see much of it. So, I mean, I guess going straight pipe, depending on what state you live in. If you were in California, I would definitely say no. Yeah, so we have the new inlet intake online for sale. I'm doing a Black Friday deal on it if you guys want to join in on the pre-order. Yeah, I hope Acuity are close to releasing their shifter. I think it'll be pretty cost effective too because they kept the lower portion. So I would expect the price of around 369 shipped. I'm thinking because it looks very similar design to the 8th gen Civic one, and those ones are around the upper 300 mark. So, but I do have the hybrids in stock too. If you guys need a hybrid shifter, I know hybrid are out of them right now, so they're back ordered. But I've got them in red and black. I don't know what deals hybrid are doing for Black Friday. I think it was 10% off or something like that. The other stuff, all the SEMA cars. I really didn't see anything that hot from SEMA. There was a couple cool builds, but a lot of people asked why we weren't there. I might go next year actually because I haven't been for a couple years now, and I'm hoping that it gets a little better. I kind of felt like SEMA was going downhill since like 2019. It's basically just a bunch of bolt-on Type Rs wrapped and Corolla GRs and lifted trucks, in my opinion. So there are quite a few cool builds, but you know, to spend that type of money on a hotel and go there and travel there, it's a lot. Yeah, I kind of like the fact that they kept the lower portion. So if you've bought the lower bushings, they'll still stay on there, and then the upper one will come with the bushings with the shifter to bolt it all together. Yeah, I mean, most of the builds there are all wrapped cars, and as far as the Type Rs, I think there was only really one decent build there. It was probably Honda Pro Jason's, and then the Spoon car, which is fantastic. But I don't know. It's pretty much just a bunch of people that know everyone that go and kiss each other's ass and get in. That's the way I've seen it. I mean, I've gone for 10 years and it's literally I go there for a day. I maybe go there for 3 nights. And by the end of the first day, I've pretty much seen everything and I'm bored. So, but it is cool to go to once in your life, I guess. What else is up? What do you guys think of who's ready for the F1 race this weekend? I think it's going to be a complete shit show and a joke, in my opinion. I think the track's going to suck. I know some of the drivers do not like it already. The pricing's ridiculous. I'm a huge anti-Vegas person. I think that place is just so overrated for the price and what you get. But I've been going to Vegas for like 25 years, so I remember back when you could go and literally like drink for $20 for the whole night and you'd be set. Now it's like $20 for one drink. But yeah, it'll be interesting. I hope Verstappen takes the win, and it's pretty impressive what his career is turning into. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. The course just doesn't look like a driver's course to me. It looks like more of a showcase of F1. Um, but we'll see how it ends up. I think it starts at like 10 or 11 at night. So, but I'm definitely going to tune in. I think it'll be cool. But I did see that they cut all their pricing on tickets like by half. Um, I'm like high up in Marriott status, and I got an email from Marriott asking if I wanted to be in the Mercedes booth, which would be a big fat no. But I think it was something like $31,000 for the weekend, which is insane. All right, guys, any new people adding, just shoot us a question in the comments section. We'll answer it for you about parts, Black Friday deals, whatever's coming up. I'm actually going to maybe write to CBON and see if they have any Type R rear hatches for our Civic that I can use on the hatch and try and get some weight down. Those rear hatches are heavy. But yeah, thank you to everyone. Try and give a thumbs up on the video. And really appreciate you guys tuning in every week. That means a lot. Hopefully we can end the year big. I'm ahead of sales over last year, which is amazing. So that's all I like to see, which is the company growing. And yeah. All right, I think I'm not getting some of everyone's messages here. It looks like I'm a little bit behind on some stuff. Yeah, so the inlet new intake works with the stock turbo and aftermarket turbos. It works perfectly fine. Everything connects. We have the catch can kit coming out also for that. So I haven't put that on the website yet, but I'm going to be putting it on soon. I'm just waiting for some updated pictures. The reason I chose not to build the L15B7 all the way out is because I want to have something more around 800, 900 horsepower. So to get that is going to be the K20. So that's why I've pretty much left it at that. So I'm actually going to be selling a lot of parts from the our Civic shop car here soon. So probably in January or so. Yeah, that's the plan anyways. Yeah, I wish I had pictures of the inlets, how they're going to look powder coated. Unfortunately, I'm still a small business, but to roll out like $20,000 and make all these and powder coat them is kind of tough for us. So hopefully people understand they're going to look fantastic powder coated. Everything's aluminum on them. If you want, the reason I kept the option to keep aluminum with no powder coat is so if people have a custom build, they're doing custom colors, they can buy an unfinished one and then just powder coat it themselves to match their build, which no companies do. So I've taken a lot of stuff from what I've wanted from buying stuff from other companies and kind of put it into our own parts and said, look, well, this is what I like. This is, nobody offers this. Let's go ahead and offer it. So that's why we came up with a downpipe where you can have a downpipe with a cat and then get rid of it for the racetrack. And now you can have this inlet pipe and it's all in one. I understand certain companies wanting to sell it in pieces because it lets people piece out things and can do things different way. But I wanted to bring you the best inlet intake kit that I thought possible. So that's why we came up with the one that we're doing. We're going K20C4, which is an Accord motor. Basically, it's a Type R motor. But the Accord K20C4 has electronics that actually match the 1.5 turbo motor. So it's a lot more plug and play, even though we're doing a full custom race harness for it. Yeah, if you want down the road to do a K20C4 swap, I may have the swap kit on our site eventually. You would need oil pan, windage tray, injector clips so the harness works from the 1.5. You need the Hasport mount kit. You need custom axles, and you would need a turbo. And then, it's an expensive swap. A lot of people don't understand all the parts you need, and most engines and transmissions that come from wrecking yards don't have the turbo attached. So you would need to buy a turbo, you need to buy the inlet pipe, you need to buy an intake. It's just all these things. So once we get our swap more figured out, I'm going to go over tons of videos of the parts and what you would need to make it more plug and play. The only problem with the K20C4 is it has fueling issues as far as not being able to be modified like the Type R. So you're stuck on E30 blend ethanol around 420 wheel horsepower, which is plenty for most people. If you do a methanol setup on there, you can get up to almost 600. And that's an OEM block and stock trans. So, but yeah, that's why we chose that route. We're deleting the direct injection, welding up the holes. We're going to do a ported head, fully built block, sleeved, 100 shot of nitrous, maybe 150. Forward-facing turbo, new custom intercooler, everything. Hood dump. It's going to be sick. So, but there is going to be options for people that later down the road, when these cars are 6-7 years old, they're like, I'm tired of my 1.5. I want that 400 wheel horsepower. 10 grand will get you a pretty cool swap. So that's our plan, anyways. All right. So yeah, like I said, Black Friday deals already starting now. If you don't see it on the website, just shoot us a message. I can get you a deal. Most of the pricing I'm going to update as they go live. So you'll see the prices start changing online. They'll say on sale. I don't know about PRL yet. RV6 wrote to me today, and they're doing a 10% off. So I'm assuming PRL is going to be 10% again. I hope to God it's not 20% off. The problem when some of these companies do this large of a sale, companies like us lose money on every single order. So there's just no amount of room selling parts to even make any money at that. So it really kills a lot of us. So Black Friday for some companies is not a good deal for people like us. So hopefully PRL stick to around 10% so we can actually not lose money like last year. I actually saw one of our competitors talking about that tonight online about a gear set that they were offering, and the company did 20% off and they don't even buy it from the company for 20% off. It's like, you can't even make money, you know, and it's really a shame that these big companies just do this to the dealers that support them and, you know, really hurt them financially because it's a lot of money. So I like this channel to kind of get across to you guys a little bit how the industry works a little bit, because I get a lot of emails about people not understanding. A lot of people, the misconception is that we get 50% off, and you know, I've never got 50% off from any company ever. It just doesn't happen. So yeah, 20% off in low stock is definitely not a good idea, especially when the refunds have to happen. And every time we refund, we lose money now. So what a lot of people don't understand, we had to start charging a charge for people that want to refund, because PayPal, credit card companies now, they charge us 5% fees to refund now. So it's just one more thing after another with small business that we just get hammered on stuff like this. And, you know, people that have a living to get by month to month or whatever and have these things happen, it can make or break someone's business, you know? I mean, like this month, I've got a bunch of people that have returned stuff because they either sold their car, they don't need it, they got in a car accident, and it's like thousands of dollars coming back in here that I've got to sit on for months, sometimes years. I mean, some of these parts just, for some reason, they don't move as fast as others, and you know, they don't understand the service charge, you know. So I try to be open about it so you guys understand things, because it's not like we're trying to screw people over, but there's a lot of costs that come into this. Like I had one guy the other day, we offer free shipping on almost everything, and he returned something, and I said, well, we have a restocking fee and you have to pay what it costs for us to ship it to you. And he goes, well, it was free. And I said, but it wasn't free for me. I had to pay like $45 to ship his item. So, you know, just kind of sucks. Yeah, if anyone's joined, ask us a question in the comments. Love to chat. Hear about your Honda, what you're doing to it, what you think you should do. We're here every Monday, 5 o'clock West Coast now. You know that time's changed. Arizona, it's actually 6:30 right now because we don't observe the changing of the time. So the West Coast goes back an hour from us, and we actually gain an hour on the East Coast. So and if there's anything you think that we should be trying to make for the 11th gen or any other car, let me know. I can try and get it done. It's hard because right now we're just way too busy. I'm trying to make as many parts as possible. The fab guy that does it, they're busy with other stuff because they own a business too. So I can't have like cars dropped off and have them work on them and get them out the next day on fab stuff. So I had people asking about the Accord custom parts, and I would probably have to have someone's car for over a week to even get a part manufactured. So it's mainly the 11th gen is what we're working with because my car is the one that's being worked on. But if you have anything that you're thinking of, like, man, someone needs to make this, just let me know. I'll see if it makes sense. And Anyways, I think I'm going to get off of here soon. If you guys want to pre-order stuff from us or order parts, go on our website, www.axeonind.com. Appreciate the orders. We've had a killer day today. I hope to see a couple more come in. And most stuff ships within 24 to 48 hours. Some of the exhausts take an extra day to get out because I have to set up with FedEx to come pick it up because they're heavy. But yeah, get the orders in. It's going to be a busy week coming up, and a lot of companies are going to run out of parts. So I would say reach out to me if you're looking for a Black Friday deal and it's not live yet. We'll see what we can do. That way you get your part quicker and you're not waiting for back orders for another couple months. So, but I'll hang out here for a minute to see if anyone else wants to ask questions. I've seen a couple more people join, so make sure to share up the channel if you can. I think we're trying to add something good for the community. I'm really trying to grow with the 11th Gen community. I feel like not a lot of people know who we are still, even though we have the most modified 11th Gen on the planet right now. So if you go into the 10th Gen Accord group and ask who Axion Industries are, you'll definitely get a really good response from everyone in there. Thanks. Yeah, I think we had one of the first white hatchbacks, or if not the first 1.5 touring hatchbacks on the West Coast. And I literally had the K-tuner on it within 2 days and had the engine out within a couple months. So we're trying to bring a lot more information about the 11th Gen Civic, what you need to know, what things that are talked about online that are not true, are a bunch of people that just don't understand what they're talking about, and misinformation, I guess you could say. I like setting the record straight with everyone. We're a company that likes to be honest with customers. We're not here just to sell you a part to make money. I like people getting a part that's going to work, that's going to make horsepower, and that's why I've always told people don't do a blow-off valve. Even though I still sell quite a lot of them, there's no need for one. So yeah, the difference is, well, I'll explain it again on here for most people. So the SI and the Sport Touring, basically identical motors, rods, pistons, identical. The intake cam is different. The DI pump is different. The injectors are different. And the turbo is slightly smaller on the Sport Touring. So if you do the RV6 upgrade, and we have a fuel system that you can buy, if you're wanting to run more ethanol, you can easily make it just as quick as an SI. It doesn't have an LSD. We installed one in ours, along with a full built race trans. So there's not many differences, but there are quite a few. But yeah, the block, even though the Sport Touring block is an L15 V7, which is in the 10th Gen, but the internals in that block are the 11th Gen internals. Yeah, the PPG just sounds so good to drive. I'm going to be selling it, that trans, probably in January, if anyone wants it, but it's probably going to be around $6,000. So it has a 2020 SI final drive, the PPG full set. It has the module that you need, so it actually, the speedo works and the car runs, and the PPG gears and the SI LSD. And I would probably send the axles with it too, because if you're converting to, if it's going in a Sport Touring, you'll need the SI axles. So because the spline count's different than the on the SI axles over the Sport Touring. But yeah, thanks for the message. I love getting all the info out there. I feel like in the 11th Gen community, I don't feel like a lot of people really even know who we are. So yeah, Piero has a rear tower. They're also doing underbody upgrades. that are going to be coming out soon also to make it a little bit more rigid underneath the car. You could also go, I don't know what you're running for a rear sway bar. That makes a huge difference. Yeah, I like the purple and green too. I don't know if you've seen our 9th Gen Civic 2. That one, I mean, that's a crazy build. So that one has the full roll cage done and the green color and a lot of purple accents. We got our custom brake kit that's on the 11th Gen that I've put on there now, which is a Willwood kit made here in Arizona. So anyways, I'm going to call it a night. We'll be back here next Monday. Definitely probably talking about more Black Friday stuff, what's going on. And think of some questions or that you have. I'll maybe have some more new videos on the site. If you guys want to see parts reviewed, I can get stuff in. So yeah, thanks for coming in. God bless. And thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next time.